Hi, my name is Dr. Allison Sacerdote-Villette, and I'm the curator of herpetology at Peggy Notebart Nature Museum. And today I'm measuring some smooth green snake hatchlings. So this is a little smooth green snake that just hatched last night, and we're incubating their eggs to try to get them through hatching. Hatching can be a time when a lot of other animals might feed on their eggs in the wild, or where weather conditions might affect their egg survival. If it gets really hot out, their eggs might start shriveling up, which is a big source of loss in their population. If it's a really wet year, their eggs might even become moldy. But this year we found that a lot of the eggs in the wild are actually being eaten by a variety of beetles. So we're incubating a portion of them, about 100 baby snakes, and hatching them out. And then I'm collecting body size data on this species. So this is the same as if you go to the doctor, you get your height taken and you get weighed. We do the same thing for smooth green snakes. So I'm going to turn on my little electronic scale here, and I have a weighing container. We make sure that's zeroed. I'm going to put the baby snake into the container and we'll see how much it weighs. So the scale says 1.11 grams. So that is about the same weight as a cotton ball. So these are really tiny little snakes. They have a lot of predators, and one of the main ways they avoid predators is by blending in with their environment. So you probably have heard the term camouflage or crypsis. It means to stay hidden in the environment, and that's really the strategy that this species uses. The adults are kind of vibrant, bright green, the color of fresh grass, and they are very fast. If you actually see one moving through the grassland, it'll be gone before you try to go and see if you can catch it. So the baby snakes, the hatchlings, because they're first hatching in August, that time of year, a lot of the vegetation is starting to dry and turn brown. So if they were as bright green as the adults, they would stand out quite a bit more. And they're less familiar with their environment at this point in time. So they're very special in that very few species of snakes change color from hatchlings to adults. There are a few, and this is one of them. So you can see they're this kind of olive green drab color. So now that we have the weight, we're going to measure the body length, and we're going to take two measurements. The first one is called snout vent length. So snout meaning the tip of the nose of the snake, and the vent is basically right where the snake's tail starts, right about here. So that's our first measurement, and then we're going to take tail length. So measuring a snake can be tricky. We just use a sewing tape because it's a little flexible, makes it a little bit easier to accommodate when they wriggle around a bit. So we'll get the snake to kind of relax, put its snout on the end of the measuring tape. Just gonna gently hold it in place. Let it relax and straighten out. And we're measuring in metric. So its snout vent length is 97 millimeters or 9.7 centimeters. So we're going to write that down. And next we're going to measure the tail length. And the reason we measure tail length is because in smooth green snakes, the males tend to have a longer tail than females, so it's a good way to tell whether or not a snake is male or female. So this year, most of the snakes that we've hatched out, the females have tail lengths between 30 and about 39 millimeters, whereas the males have tails that are about 40 to 44 millimeters. So, hi. We'll just line up the measuring tape right where the tail starts, gently straighten the tail out, and that's 34 millimeters. So that tells us that this is a female smooth green snake hatchling. We'll be sure we write that down. And this way we can look back at the measurements for all of the snakes and see if there are certain sites where the snakes are larger, certain nesting sites where the snakes are smaller. That may tell us information about the mom's nutrition as well. How heavily they provision an egg with yolk might be informative about the mom's nutrition status overall. Thanks for joining us. We're gonna go release this baby out into the prairie now.